The art of grace under pressure, mastering fine dining etiquette when things go awry in the refined world of fine dining, where every detail contributes to an unforgettable experience. Maintaining composure during unexpected mishaps is as crucial as knowing how to properly use a salad fork. Whether it's accidentally knocking over a wine glass or realizing you've used your bread basket as a napkin holder, the ability to handle these moments with elegance can define both personal reputation and professional success in high-stakes social environments. Navigating common dining errors with poise. One of the most frequent faux pas at upscale establishments occurs when guests misidentify their cutlery set. This often happens due to unfamiliarity with traditional Western service styles that feature multiple courses with distinct silverware arrangements. A graceful approach involves discreetly observing fellow diners rather than asking questions that might draw attention. If confusion persists, politely signaling to the waiter using subtle hand gestures proves far more elegant than vocalizing uncertainty. Misplaced utensils. Always remember that forks are held in the left hand while knives remain in the right. Never switch them mid-meal without clear indication from the establishment's service style. Cutlery hierarchy. In formal settings, progress through courses by moving utensils from the outermost position toward the plate center, a practice that demonstrates familiarity with classical table service protocols. When faced with incorrect cutlery placement, maintain eye contact with your companion instead of focusing solely on your plate. This nonverbal cue communicates confidence even if internal doubts may linger beneath composed exteriors. Managing spillage incidents with dignified efficiency. An accidental spill is inevitable, but how it's managed defines one's sophistication level in fine dining contexts. The key lies in immediate yet measured response that prioritizes safety above all else. Bowls containing liquids should be steadied first before attempting cleanup efforts. For beverages, swiftly grasping the glass base ensures minimal movement while alerting nearby patrons who might otherwise feel startled by sudden motion. Statistical insights on service disruptions. According to recent studies conducted among five-star hotel restaurants, approximately 68% of service disruptions involve liquid spills originating from guest errors rather than staff negligence. These incidents peak between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. during dinner rushes when pressure levels are highest. This statistic underscores why mastering emergency responses becomes essential for anyone attending exclusive events or business dinners at prestigious venues worldwide. Proactive preparation significantly reduces perceived embarrassment during such occurrences. Addressing dietary restrictions with tactful communication. Discussing food allergies or dietary preferences requires careful phrasing to avoid creating awkwardness around shared dishes. It's advisable to broach the subject early enough so accommodations can be made before courses arrive. Phrases like, "I have a mild sensitivity to nuts which I usually manage with cross-contamination precautions," sound more approachable than blunt statements that could make hosts uncomfortable. Such softening language fosters understanding without implying criticism towards culinary choices. Preemptive announcements. Inform waitstaff privately about restrictions well ahead of time to allow menu adjustments without disrupting group dynamics. Alternative options. Offer suggestions for substitute ingredients whenever possible. This shows respect for chef's expertise while ensuring personal comfort needs remain met. When ordering, always double-check ingredient lists provided by servers. Some establishments offer allergen guides online that can serve as helpful references prior to making selections. Safeguarding personal belongings during meals in opulent restaurant settings filled with ambient lighting and background music. Items like phones and purses become particularly vulnerable to theft attempts disguised as casual interactions. Vigilance remains paramount under such circumstances. Secure valuables within coat checks designated specifically for guests rather than leaving them unattended on tables. Restaurants typically provide secure storage solutions that ensure belongings remain safe throughout the evening. Wallet security. Keep credit cards tucked inside wallet pockets facing inward against body contours to minimize accessibility for potential thieves. Purse management. Opt for crossbody bags with adjustable straps that prevent easy removal unless deliberately initiated by the owner themselves. Before entering restrooms or participating in conversations away from the table, Briefly inspect surroundings for suspicious activity involving other patrons who seem overly interested in personal effects. Handling alcohol consumption responsibly. Elevated consumption levels can lead to impaired judgment regarding appropriate behavior norms expected at elite dining venues. Recognizing physical limits beforehand helps prevent embarrassing situations later on. If feeling lightheaded or experiencing blurred vision, excuse oneself promptly to fresh air rather than continuing participation in ongoing discussions. This self-awareness protects both individual dignity and collective enjoyment of the meal itself. Hydration balance. Alternate alcoholic drinks with water glasses placed conveniently near reach throughout the entire course progression. Dining pace control. Eat slowly, allowing sufficient time between bites to fully appreciate flavors while preventing overindulgence that leads to discomfort. Never accept offers from strangers seeking companionship after drinking sessions commence. Politely declining maintains boundaries necessary for preserving decorum amidst celebratory atmospheres. Resolving conflicts with diplomatic nuance. Disagreements over food presentation, service speed, or bill division inevitably arise despite best intentions. Addressing these issues demands finesse that prevents escalation into full-blown confrontations. Voice concerns calmly, using I statements rather than accusatory language that could trigger defensiveness among involved parties. For instance, stating "I noticed our orders arrived sequentially instead of simultaneously" sounds less confrontational compared to direct accusations. Tone modulation. Speak softly enough so only those engaged in conversation hear comments, avoiding raised voices that attract unwanted attention from other diners. Compromise strategies. Propose alternative solutions, showing willingness to find middle ground rather than insisting upon unilateral resolutions. Escorting disputants out temporarily provides breathing space until emotions settle sufficiently for productive dialogue resumption. This tactic works especially well when children accompany adults, requiring brief separation periods for conflict resolution. Adapting behavior across cultural contexts. Cross-cultural dining experiences require heightened awareness since customs surrounding meals vary greatly depending on geographical regions visited globally. Researching local traditions ahead of time minimizes misunderstandings that could damage reputations abroad. For example, in some Asian cultures, removing chopsticks from communal bowls signals negative connotations, whereas lifting spoons indicates appreciation. Knowing these subtleties enhances interpersonal connections formed across international borders. Gestural literacy. Learn basic greetings corresponding to each culture visited. Simple bows suffice in Japan while cheek kisses prevail elsewhere. Dress codes. Consult event organizers regarding attire expectations, which range dramatically from conservative Western suits to vibrant regional wear favored locally. Consult travel forums populated by locals offering first-hand accounts about acceptable behaviors during mealtimes. Their insights often reveal practical tips unavailable through standard tourist information sources alone. Post-meal etiquette. Leaving lasting impressions. Proper exit procedures conclude fine dining experiences effectively, reinforcing positive memories associated with exceptional service encounters. Ensuring smooth departure reflects well on both individuals present and host organizations alike. Thank you notes sent subsequently reinforce gratitude expressed verbally earlier. They also demonstrate commitment to cultivating enduring relationships beyond single interaction instances. Bill handling. Accept payment politely, acknowledging generosity extended during stays regardless of whether settling debts personally or collectively. Exit coordination. Synchronize movements carefully, ensuring everyone leaves together rather than straggling behind, causing disruption post-departure. Refrain from discussing criticisms heard internally about service shortcomings publicly once standing outside premises. Constructive feedback belongs to private communications channels reserved exclusively for improvement purposes. Conclusion. Mastering fine dining manners transcends mere knowledge acquisition. It embodies cultivated grace manifested consistently through daily interactions shaped by cultural sensitivities and situational awareness. By embracing these principles, individuals elevate not only their own experiences but also contribute positively toward shaping future generations who will inherit similar values concerning hospitality standards upheld universally today.